All right, good evening, everybody. It's the Fantasy Sports Boss with the fantasy football wrap up on what was nothing short of a complete shit show today for me personally, and really just in fantasy football in general. Like, without a doubt, this weekend I cursed more this weekend than I have in fantasy football in a really, really long time. And just like some of the shit that we saw today, starting with the Bijan Robinson utter fiasco, disgrace, whatever you want to call it, that took place in Atlanta with Arthur Smith. I mean, that to me deserves like an investigation, because why would you dress the guy and then barely, he touched the ball once. So like, in this world of NFL betting now and handicapping and FanDuel and all this other stuff, like, was there something going on there? And then you have Green Bay. Aaron Jones is back, right? But you ride A.J. Dillon even at the last drive of the game to try to get into field goal range, and you don't have your most dynamic player on the field. Like, what are we doing? The New England Patriots knock off the Buffalo Bills. I have Josh Palmer, who had a really good game, catches a bomb, gets hauled down at like the 2-yard line, just like stuff like this all day long. I have Tyler Lockett in both leagues. He gets 7+ fucking fantasy points against the Arizona Cardinals. Like, what are we doing? I mean, just nothing went right, at least for me today. And this whole thing with Bijan Robinson, and I don't even own Bijan Robinson, and I was aggravated about it. Like, I really do feel, and I mean this 100%, I really feel bad for people that put bets in on or parlays with Bijan Robinson, because that was just brutal, like downright brutal what happened there. I'm looking at the box score now. Did he even have one? He had one carry for 3 yards and no catches. Like, are we kidding me with this? I mean, is this for real, Arthur Smith? This is Arthur Smith giving a collective FU to the fantasy football community. This is Arthur Smith saying, I know more than you. I'm going to do it my way. The hell with fantasy football. He has every right to do that. And listen, they won the game, right? They won the game with Kyle Pitts catching 3 passes for 47 yards. Drake London 6 for 54. Tyler Algier getting 21 carries. He averaged 2.8. Even a sick Bijan Robinson could have done better. Like, you just can't make this stuff up. And then the whole Aaron Jones thing in Green Bay. Like, again, you get him back. He is your best. Let me pull up that box score. He's your best player. You're playing the Denver freaking Broncos. You have a chance to get in field goal range, and you keep riding A.J. Dillon. Like, why? Like, I don't understand it. The guy is complete garbage. Let's keep putting A.J. Dillon out there so we can fall forward after getting 2 yards. I mean, Aaron Jones can break any carry and take it the distance, but let's keep playing, A.J. Dillon, because he's so fucking good. And then Justin Herbert, what is going on with the Chargers? Austin Eckler, like, what did he have, like 6 fantasy points? Second week in a row, he did nothing. Justin Herbert's throwing it all over the place, getting picked off, taking sacks. Like, he sucks too. Like, all of these guys. Like, I don't understand it. I know the Chiefs' defense is really good, but they did nothing. Keenan Allen, where was he? Like, witness protection program? I mean, you got to be kidding me. It was just awful football today. Awful football today. And I told you Darren Waller was going to score, right? I told you he was going to score, and he did, because I just happened to trade him in one of my leagues. Now, I do have him in another league, so, I benefited from it a little bit. But, man, I just don't understand it. I don't understand some of the shit that we saw today. I'm not going to stay on long time because we got the Dolphins-Eagles game coming up. But, like, the Cleveland Browns, 39-38 over the Colts. Like, what was that? P.J. Walker, and Deshaun Watson. If that is not already the worst contract in professional sports, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like, I just can't even believe some of the stuff that we saw today. Like, truly, the Chicago Bears, 30-12 over the Raiders. Brian Hoyer gets benched for Aiden O'Connell. And that's the other thing. I'm playing against, and in the league that I was 5-0, and I'm playing against my opponent who has Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers does nothing the whole game. And then Aiden O'Connell comes in and he scores. Like this is what I was dealing with all day today. And you know what? Like, I gave myself a fighting chance. I had despite not having CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, James Conner, Tank Dell, David Montgomery, right? I'm down all of these guys on a team that was 5-0. You know who I put in this week? I put in Josh Palmer, who has 18 points. I put in Josh Downs, who had 23 fantasy points. But Tyler Lockett gets me 7. 7. And then my opponent, breaks all sorts of records today. Josh Allen, 28 points. Christian Kirk, 19. Jacoby Myers, 18 points. Jonathan Taylor, 21. Mark Andrews, 22. They're still throwing the ball when they're up 35-0. Like, I don't understand it, though. This was just one of those days. I know I'm overreacting. I get it. This is just one of those days where literally nothing went right. And then I have some guy who comes on and trolls me 10 minutes ago that says, oh, you traded Michael Thomas and Kenneth Walker for Austin Ekeler. Everybody in fantasy would have done that. Every single person in fantasy would have traded Kenneth Walker and Michael Thomas for Austin Ekeler. Everybody would have done it. It was the ultimate, second guess, right? Michael, who's Michael Thomas now? 10 points a game. Listen, Kenneth Walker's been really good, but I would make that trade again tomorrow. I know Ekeler hasn't been good the last couple of days, but give me a break. Oh my God. 5-0 team now. It's going to be 5-2. And I'm on pace for 140 points. So I'm outscoring everybody else except one other person in the league, but my opponent's on pace for 163. The only saving grace I have is if somehow Christian McCaffrey's either limited or he doesn't play tomorrow. Oh my God. I'm telling you, man, this was just, and then in my friends and family league, my opponent has Donta Foreman who goes off for 30 points. Like, I just caught all the wrong matchups. Now I'm still favored to win in my work league, which, the team is a juggernaut on paper, but I'm only projected now to win by 6 points. I'm down by 9. I got Hawkinson and AJ Brown left. He's got DeAndre Swift. I think I should pull it out, but now I got to sweat this one out. Oh my God. This is like after the Zach Wilson thing. Got to take a deep breath. It's not that serious. Listen, it's just one of those things. And that the Bijan Robinson thing just pissed me all off because the whole Arthur Smith fiasco, and I get it, they're winning games, right? But it's just a complete waste of talent. And it's bullshit that he did that to all the people who were betting. He's got to know there's a lot of people betting parlays with Bijan Robinson, and he goes out and does that. I mean, like, come on. That was just messed up. People's hard-earned money, thinking they're making a legitimate bet, and then that happens. Yeah, Ekeler, very disappointing. He got banged up. I don't know what's going on. The team is a mess. They got to get that guy out of there. Brandon Staley is the worst coach in the NFL. Get him out. Get him out. Justin Herbert is plateauing. He's stalling. Not even plateauing. He's stalling right now. Oh, my God. I mean, I just don't, I'm not even going to go through the box scores because I don't even want to deal with that. We'll go over the fine details tomorrow. And you know what? It was just a bad day for me in general. Like, I have a leak under my kitchen sink. I got to call a plumber. He's going to come tomorrow, probably charge me an arm and a leg. It's just life, right? Gets in the way sometimes. And then this was, I sit down to watch football. Now my Giants won, right? The Giants won, and Giants got it done today. And do they have a quarterback controversy now with Tyrod Taylor, who's moving the football consistently, right? Darren Waller balled the fuck out today. Like, I have Darren Waller still in one of my leagues. He was awesome today. Like, that's a Darren Waller we've been waiting for, right? I know Michael Thomas outscored Ekeler. I get it, but everybody would have done that trade. Michael Thomas and Kenneth Walker for Austin Ekeler. If you tell me you wouldn't have done that trade, you're absolutely full of it. If anybody tells you they wouldn't do that trade, you're full of it. This is a guy who was the number one player in fantasy last year by a mile, right? Kenneth Walker really having a good season, no doubt about it, but everybody would have done that trade. Oh, my God. I mean, just what a day, man. What a day. All of this nonsense that took place today. Like, I just can't even. Now, listen, there were some really good performances today in fantasy football. No doubt about it. Like Lamar Jackson, if this is what the Todd Monken offense is going to look now with Lamar Jackson, like, wow. Like, that was impressive today. No doubt about it. They still need a running back. Now, the Giants winning today, do they hold on to Saquon Barkley? Probably now, because they're going to play the Jets next week. That's a winnable game. Halloween is next week. So Saquon Barkley's not going to get traded. I think we could forget about that. And, if they would have lost today, then maybe, right? Derrick Henry, that's still possible. Yeah, listen, that's fine. You can have an opinion on it. I don't regret that move at all. I'm sorry. Michael Thomas and Kenneth Walker for Austin Eckler. I have no regrets on that move. It was a swing for the fences home run move, in my opinion. Like, Michael Thomas just scored his first touchdown, right? He's been 9 to 11, 12 fantasy points pretty much every game, and he's never healthy. So, yeah, you just reminded me, Jermaine, the Josh Kelly thing. Like, come on. I got to watch Josh Kelly march 40 yards down the field to score a touchdown. And then I have Josh Palmer, who looked like he was going to go in, and then he gets tackled. Like, I don't understand some of the stuff that we saw today. All right, so speaking of Lamar Jackson, 39 fantasy points, 357 yards. Like, wow. 3 touchdown passes, and then he had a score on the ground, 36 yards rushing on 9 attempts. Just a phenomenal day for him. Jackson Smith and Jigba look good. The Tyler Lockett thing, I just don't understand it. He's, is he aging before our eyes? It's possible. Like, I don't know. Really disappointing with Tyler Lockett there. Speaking of Saquon Barkley, 18 fantasy points, so not bad. Geno Smith, 17 when in a smash spot against Arizona. It's just not happening for him. Travis Kelce, 35, 179 receiving yards, 12 catches and a score. Did it in front of his girlfriend there, Taylor Swift, who, listen, I don't mind panning to her because she's hot and whatever. It doesn't annoy me, but Travis Kelce is living his best life right now, no doubt about it. The Detroit Lions. So I took the Ravens today as one of my picks. Not a good day with that either, but that was one of the picks that I did hit. But, the Lions are a much less potent team on the road, at least offensively. Now, Amon-Ra St. Brown still 8. A lot of garbage time points, but they still count the same. Rashee Rice is the guy now. No doubt about it. He scores again. He's been consistently getting, in the low teens. I think what did he have? 16 today? Let me see. So 17. So 6 targets, still like a modest amount of targets, 5 catches for 60 yards. So, he's sort of a little bit touchdown dependent, but things are getting better for him there. Mahomes, 41 fantasy points, 4 touchdowns over 400 yards. It was just ridiculous. And we knew there was going to be a lot of points. We knew the offensive players were going to ball out today against the Chargers, who just, again, they're just embarrassing themselves right now. Start Jonnu Smith. Yeah, Jermaine, that's how it goes, man. Like I said, I knew Darren Waller was going to score the minute I traded him. I knew that was going to happen. Isaiah Pacheco quietly, again, still having a really good season. Yes, JSN is startable now. Leonard Fournette, whatever. So I'm glad you said that, James. So Darrell Henderson, listen, he played a lot more than I thought he was going to, and he was good. So 13.6 fantasy points, 18 carries for 61 yards and a score. Only 1 catch for 5 yards. They didn't involve the pass catchers, the runners in the passing game. So that was a little bit disappointing to see. This football couldn't make your streams this week because the school is having a matchup. Oh, okay, Rain, that was good. Mostert and Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I think they're both going to be really huge tonight. I think there's going to be a ton of points scored. Puka Nacua, guys, again, 8 for 154. It's just ridiculous what this guy is doing. Like, there's just no way to quantify how out of this world awesome he's been. With DK back, listen, it looks like Tyler Lockett's going to be the one that's going to be left behind. That's the way it's looking right now. The Colts, Josh Downs on 6 targets. He had 5 catches for 125 and a score. I used him today, played off really well. Really, really good game for him for sure. As far as Gibbs, let me take a look at Gibbs. He too, though, he kind of benefited from a lot of garbage time stuff. So 9 catches, 58 yards, 11 carries for 68 in the score. Listen, it's not going to change. When David Montgomery, there's a little part of me that does worry about Gibbs now being the guy. Is this another Gainwell, DeAndre Swift situation where, Gainwell got hurt and then Swift was able to come in and reel off huge games to take the job? I don't think it's like that. Like, David Montgomery was really doing a great job before he got hurt. And I think the Lions, it's a system that was working for them. So I think they're going to go back to that when Montgomery comes back after the bye week. I still think we have another week of this. So I think we're good there. All right, the Cardinals have crashed and burned, guys. I mean, there's just nothing happening there. Let me see here. Jerry Jeudy, they got to get Jerry Jeudy out of there. It's not working anymore in Denver. Jeudy, 5 catches for 64 yards, big deal. Sell high on Gibbs. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do they give him some more work after this? Maybe. Ramondre Stevenson, second straight effective game, 6 catches, 51 yards, only 34 on the ground. Ezekiel Elliott did score, but Ramondre Stevenson, is starting to catch the football now. Listen, the Rams, Romeo Doubs had a touchdown that saved his day, but the Rams are just embarrassing themselves right now. They are absolutely embarrassing themselves. The Packers. The Packers are absolutely – I'm a little tired, guys. Sorry about that. The Packers are embarrassing themselves, no doubt about it. The offensive game plan with Aaron Jones, Romeo Doubs had that touchdown to save himself. Just a disaster all the way around. And Jordan Love now, the accuracy issues, that's starting to really show up on a weekly basis now. I'm just looking at some of the other stuff. How about Gabe Davis? 1 catch for 6 yards. I mean, really, dude? I know he's touchdown dependent, but give me a break. Stephon Diggs, 17 points, fantasy points, 6 catches, 58 yards, and a score. So, listen, 12 targets. Not the most efficient day for him, but, again, he gets into the end zone. James Cook, bounce back game for him. He did score 3 catches, 46 yards. So that was good to see there. And then Jacoby Myers show continues. Devontae Adams, though, was better this week. So that at least will help his underlying numbers. You do play. Yeah, obviously you play Gibbs when Monty's out. And even when Monty comes back, I think Gibbs is a flex. Traded Kamara and Nico for Jacobs and Mike Evans. I'm starting to regret it. Jacobs, it wasn't. Let me see what Jacobs did today. So, wow, I didn't know it was that bad. 5 points. Holy crap. They're 11 for 35. Well, listen, when Jimmy Garoppolo comes back, he does throw underneath a lot, so I wouldn't panic yet. Devontae Adams, 12 points. Yikes, 7 for 57. He's got to be really pissed off. He just doesn't want to be there. Yes, Henderson is definitely the back to start, especially after that game. He was good. So that was good to see. How about this? Cooper Kupp dropped at least 3 passes right in his hands. 2 catches for 29 yards, 6.9 PPR points. Puka Nacua was the guy. So, hey, listen, we were worried about Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp came back. Now it was reversed, at least for just this one game. Browns defense the best. Yeah, the Browns defense, though, wasn't great today. That is a good defense, but that was a wild game, no doubt. Kamara, 29 points. Yeah, listen, they're using him as a pure bell cow back. I think Jamal Williams might get some more touches as we go on. The problem with Kamara is if you're in a standard league, he's not getting goal line carries. Taysom Hill, Jamal Williams would be more involved. No, Puka's not the new wide receiver 1. It's still Kupp. I don't anticipate that being the norm. I think Kupp is still going to be the number 1 receiver. But Puka Nacua, like Jaylen Waddle and Tyreek Hill in Miami, there is room for 2 wide receiver 1s. I think T. Higgins has dropped to a wide receiver 2 now, but even at times he's been a 1 with Jamar Chase. I think we have that with the Rams. Will Monty be back? No, I don't think he's back next week. I think he's back after the bye. Should I trade Mahomes for Puka? I have 2 on my bench. Yeah, why not? If you have Tua Tagovailoa, who's the MVP right now, but I would try to trade Tua for Puka instead of Mahomes. If he's asking for Mahomes, maybe counter with Tua. If he says no, then come back with Mahomes. He might do it. Obviously, the guy needs a quarterback, right? I might still believe even have Bijan. I'm up 41 with Waddle. My opponent has Cousins. Yeah, I mean that might be tight, you know. Yeah, this I need AJ Brown to go big tonight. I have AJ Brown and Hawkinson. I'm down 9. He's got Swift. I think I should be able to pull it out, but who knows? Hawkinson against the 49ers, who knows? Yeah, Puka's a top 10 the rest of the season, no doubt. No doubt about it. I mean, we have to just now expect this every week. Like, he's that good. He's probably one of the best wide receiver finds that I've seen in a while. Instant impact guy. Yeah, Lamar Jackson was unbelievable, Brett. And listen, we knew it was coming. Like, he was going to find a comfort level with Todd Monken in that offense. We knew it was coming. And man, it showed up in spades today. No doubt about it. Yeah, there was very busy day today, guys. Put out a lot of content. You know, that Bijan Robinson video that I put out's got over 700 views. So like, there's a lot of people that were aggravated by that. And I'm not even a Bijan owner, and I was aggravated by it. Thoughts on giving up on Jacoby Myers for Gibbs? It's fair. You know, I mean, Myers has a really good thing going with Jimmy Garoppolo. I wouldn't overreact to this game for Gibbs. Like, he was really good, but again, Montgomery's not going away. Looks like Bijan Robinson's the early suck of the week. Yeah, that is the suck of the week, and it's not even his fault. Like, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Luke Musgrave, walking boot, looks like he's going to be out for a while. Anytime you see a guy in a walking boot, that's usually at least automatically one game, maybe more. So he got dinged up today. Not a lot of like major injuries today. So that was at least one good thing. You know, I want to hear what was up with Austin Ekeler, because he did get banged up and he just hasn't looked. It just hasn't looked good at all, actually. So very, very disappointing there. Pitts droppable. Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. I think he is. You know, he's getting outproduced by his own position mate, like Jonnu Smith. So I think we might be at that point. All right, guys. So this Miami game is coming on soon. So I'm going to go get some stuff done. Sorry for all the yelling. If you're just tuning in now, rewind the stream. I did one of my ape shit spiels early on in the stream, so I got to let the blood pressure calm down a little bit. Yeah, Watson sucked. Listen, I've been saying that from the beginning of the season. Watson is I was not buying him anywhere. 2 all or nothing, hot, cold, whatever you want to say. There is no consistency to this guy. He's not a PPR wide receiver. And I don't blame you if you drop him, for sure. But anyway, guys, enjoy this Miami Eagles game. Hopefully you guys had some better luck than I did today. Fantasy football sucks. And I will see you all tomorrow. All right, guys, have a good evening. Take care. I'll talk to you tomorrow.